The earth is the Lord and all that dwells therein. Amen. The earth is the Lord's and all that dwell therein. But from the beginning, we have always craved for more. We're always been craving for more from the beginning. From creation is we want some more, we want control, and we just want more and more and more, and we keep conquering places and conquering people and conquering this and conquering that until every single space, every single piece of land is occupied now. Yes, every single piece is settled. And there is ownership, some kind of control, because nobody wanted to buy anything. The world was just open for everyone to possess. Anybody with the largest army, they have the most. Isn't that something? The person with the biggest army. So once upon a time, Rome had the biggest army, and they went and they conquered this and they conquered that, and they just conquered some more, because their army was huge at that time. And everything has its time. Everything has a place. Everything has a time. And then there comes the reign of another set of people, and then the reign of another set, and then another set, and then another set, and it just goes on and on and on and on. But after a while, people, they really say, it's time, let's put down all this conquering. I think we have conquered enough. And not only that though, what they have taken over, especially if it's individuals, nobody wants to be controlled, because you're individual. God made you free. So nobody wants to be controlled unless it's by the Lord. So after a while, if you conquer places which are occupied by individuals, after a while that's gonna have to be relinquished, because they're gonna have protests, because they don't want to be ruled. They want to rule their own territory. They want to be in control of their own territory, because let's face it, they have been there before you came in to conquer and plunder. They were there building up the land and sustaining themselves with whatever they're doing. And not because your culture is different, that doesn't mean that your culture is better than theirs, because it's just another way. It is just another way. So after a while, they're gonna rise up and say no more. And then your time is gonna be over, and then it's gonna be somebody else's turn, and then it's somebody else's turn. And it just go on and on and on. But we should be satisfied. We should be satisfied with what we have. We should be satisfied with what we have, because each area is run by a different set of people. You are satisfied with yours, and they're satisfied with theirs. No need to want to take over theirs so that what they have can go to you. You see, it's just greed and control. Greed and control, and the release of Lucifer. Because when somebody's on a rampage like that, trying to take over the world, it's Lucifer. Lucifer is in them. So they are actually representing Lucifer, trying to take over God's world, because the Lord already said it's his. And they want big empire and huge empire, and to be powerful here and powerful there, and to have their name here and their name there, and to put everybody else to work as peasants Amen. And because people call you peasant, it doesn't mean you're a peasant. Because if somebody calls you a dog, it doesn't mean you're a dog. It doesn't. So if somebody say, oh, well, that's a peasant, or that's my little whatever you want to call it, they can say anything they want to say. It doesn't mean you're it. They call you a swine, it doesn't mean you're a swine. Kiss, let them take a strip and try to get some bacon out of you and see how that tastes. So calling you anything doesn't make you one. Just like how they try to call people, they try to call them chattels and inanimate objects, chattels and property. Oh, they're now chattels and property. They become the property of so and so and the chattel of so and so. No, when did persons become inanimate object? When did they become inanimate object and become properties? When? At what point? When did they get transformed? Or when did they metamorphosize? Tell me. At the point when you became greedy, when you became a greedy pimp? Is that at the point where they became inanimate objects? Not because you call them that and write that down in script doesn't make it so. Doesn't make it so. No, it doesn't. You want more cats, so you call your dogs cats, and then you treat them as cat. Huh? Treat them as chattels. Treat them as inanimate things. Because you're the bullies. It makes you a bully and it makes you a swine, but it doesn't make them inanimate. It doesn't. It doesn't make them inanimate. Just victims of bullies and swines. So we go around and we conquer. When we do that, we stop doing that, physically. We do it with our mouth. Because there is something about human nature, when Lucifer wants to take something over and he cannot do it physically, then he will do it verbally. So even though it isn't so, they just keep saying, oh, we have the power, we have this, we have that. And it doesn't make it so. Call yourself a dog. It's still not gonna transform you. No. It's still not gonna transform you. You're still gonna be whomever you are. Still gonna be whomever you are. So satisfy with what you have. Satisfy with that what you have and stop taking people's stuff. Thieving people. Especially you banks, especially Bank of America. Thieving people. Thieving people. If you can't rob on one side, then you rub on the other side and claim, oh, it is legal. We write this in the Constitution and it was enacted in so and so and so and so. Because you call it so? Does that mean it is so? No. 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 Examine yourselves. Examine yourselves. Examine yourselves. Examine yourselves. Put in everything, calling thievery legal, calling this and putting the cap on everything. Because Lucifer is loose and wants you to do everything. So you just cover it under LAW and enact it. And oh, we can do it now because it's enacted. Yes, it's written in there. Lucifer allows us to put it in there so we can do it now. Because we write it in there. Please. Come on. All these illicit transactions that you all have put it up saying it's legal. And until now, they still have it sitting up in there. And when they want to do anything out of the way, they just go lobby. Here, let us lobby to do this. Let us lobby to do that. And they would even enact harloting or blasphemy in law, and then do it and say, "Ooh, it's covered under the enactment, under Act so and so, Section 14 of Subsection 20. Get a grip."